What's up, everybody? Joe with Joe's Golden Garage. Headed to the doctor today, running up I-75 to Chattanooga from the North Atlanta area. Cruising in the 2006 Lexus LS 430. I don't think I've done any updates or videos on this one in a couple of months, so I figured I'd just do that, starting with a good old little road trip up the highway, about 60 miles. I'm also trying out a new piece of filming equipment, since I'm such a shake person. This is one of those neck mount for your phone. You wear it around your neck, and has a little magnet, and if you're and then it comes with a magnet you put inside your case on the back side of your phone. So we're filming with that right now, hoping for some smooth footage. Just cruising along right now, between 85 90 miles an hour. It's a little trafficy. Every day is trafficy. Look at all the stickers on the back of that Subaru. My word. I guess they've been everywhere, including the Alamo. Old Lexus doing pretty good. Let's see what she got. 126,503 on the mileage. Recently had a new set of tires installed and just had the oil changed. She's good to go. I have inquired with a new shop I'm thinking about using about having a transmission service, and they called earlier today and quoted me a new filter, pan gasket, and fluids would be $496. I thought that sounded a little expensive. They said they charge 2 hours labor. Their labor rate is $164 an hour for Asian cars, Japanese cars. I was like, wow. The regular rate is $155 for domestic, and they charge, I believe, $177 an hour for diesel. So I don't know, $500 sounds a little high for transmission service. What you guys think? I posted it on the Facebook forum for Lexus LS 430s and asked the group to take a guess at what they thought it would cost. And believe it or not, most people guessed $400, $500. One guy said $600, another said $900. I was like, wow, really? I had the transmission serviced at around 60 or 70,000 miles, and I don't remember exactly how much it cost, but I know it wasn't nearly that much. But of course, that's been 60,000 miles ago, so, and probably at least 10 years. So, you know, inflation, times have changed. But I think 2 hours labor, don't you guys think that seems a little long for just a drain, a filter, a gasket, and then refill? I would think 1 hour should be plenty for that. But hell, what do I know, you know? Oh, I know what I know. I need to do it myself is what I know. I need to get my butt down and do it myself, and I might do it. I mean, shoot, I've done conductor plates and valve body swap outs on Mercedes transmissions before. I've been into an ES350's transmission before, so how hard could it really be, you know? I hope this angle is a good angle on the camera. I hope it's given a good line of sight of the speedometer and the road. I hope it's not all just steering wheel. I'll tell you what, I'll lower my steering wheel just a little bit. I don't know if that'll help any, but I raised my seat up pretty high and adjusted the mount here around my neck a little bit. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing pretty good. As most of you know, I had kidney cancer back in February, had my kidney removed, and I've been cancer free as far as I know since. Didn't have to have chemo, got lucky there. They were able to get it all in one shot. But I do go back to the oncologist in December for all new x-ray films and all that fun stuff. So hopefully it has stayed away. You know, that's the thing about cancer, you know, that you walk around scared and terrified. Is, you know, has it come back somewhere else in your body, creeping around, you know? So just trying to remain positive. I don't know if some of you know, I may have mentioned it in the previous video, but I had a freaking heart attack in July. Yeah, it was really odd. And it was, I'm glad the good Lord above gave me a second chance, because, you know, some people die of a heart attack just immediately, you know, drop dead, boom. But I was actually fortunate enough to get some very obvious symptoms that lasted most of the day before I finally said, hey, I'm going to go check this out and see if this is a heart attack or not. So what it was a Friday night, and I don't know, it was about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. And I was like, man, my hands hurt. My hands, just the palms of my hands were just killing me. Just a stabbing pain, both hands. And they had started at work earlier that day after lunch, and I just thought, well, my hands are sore from working. But it was a pain I had not experienced before, a little different. But, you know, when you get older, especially over 50, you know, you get used to things hurting you in places you haven't hurt before. But I just knew something was going on when they did not subside. After I came home, got a hot shower, took a nap, had my dinner, and I was just trying to relax in front of the TV, and they were still just killing me. So I went to the walk-in clinic. That was the only thing open other than going to the emergency room. And my walk-in clinic is owned by the hospital, Piedmont Hospital in my area. And Piedmont is part of is a hospital out of Atlanta, huge conglomerate, you know, big hospital. So I went to the walk-in clinic because I just didn't want to go to the ER, you know. And they got me right back, hooked me up, did the EKG, said something didn't look right, said let's get some blood work. Got some blood work, and they said, yeah, blood work indicates you've had a heart attack. I don't remember asking many questions after that. I need to ask, what is it? And when I see my heart doctor next month, I need to ask him, what is it that shows up in blood work that is the telltale sign of, yes, you've had a heart attack. I don't know what that is. So yeah, had a heart attack. They admitted me. Oh, they sent an ambulance over from the Piedmont Hospital. Came and picked me up at the walk-in clinic, which was nice. We took a nice little ride over to the hospital. The guys were great, looking over me, watching my vitals. You know, I was still, awake. It wasn't like I was out cold or nothing. I was conscious and alert and in a good mood, and took me over there, and they got me right back, and their heart doctor came in, and they did a stent, and I got to watch it right on several monitors, TV screens, whatever the hell you want to call it. I sat there and watched him do it, and I could feel it going across my chest. They came in right here at my wrist, came in that artery, and I could feel the cath going through as they opened up the blocked artery and put a stent in. I had a 98% blockage in one artery. But what's funny is, he said, all your other arteries look great. You don't have any heart damage that I see. And your heart is healthy and strong, in good shape. He was like, you just had one artery decided it was just going to close up. I was like, wow, okay. So got very lucky there, folks. So, don't ignore any kind of weird signs, weird pains, especially when you get my age, 50s. And if you have a history of, tobacco use or heavy drinking or, anything, if you happen to be overweight or whatever. I think everybody's got enough common sense to know what usually causes heart attacks, even though the healthiest of people can have one just due to genetics or whatever. But having a 30-year smoking history, I was definitely begging for one. So I'm just glad I got a second chance. So gave up the smoking. What was crazy, I'd given up the smoking for 8 years. And had only started back about 9 months for some stupid reason. Started back. That is so dumb after being quit that long. But it walked me right into a heart attack. And I'm sure, all that helped lead to kidney cancer. Smoking does cause cancer, and it doesn't always have to be in your lungs and throat. Anywho, we're coming up on my exit here. I'm going to shut up for a few minutes. I've talked the whole time. Sorry, guys. We're at 13 minutes. We'll wrap this up. I think I might do a two-part of this video when I get done up here this afternoon. I may record the commute all the way home from exit to exit and just do an ASMR video. Wasn't sure if people might be interested in something like that, and I've always wanted to try it, so look for that if you're interested. But anyway, I am officially in extreme North Georgia, just outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and my doctor's office is about a mile ahead up here. So anyway, y'all like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everybody. We're trying to big push for 10,000 subs. Getting close. Woohoo. Y'all have a good afternoon. We'll see you next time. Peace.